live on Bulls TV from Odsal Stadium, looking absolutely splendid in the spring sunshine. It's the 5th of May, but it could also pass as the middle of July, and the Bradford Bulls, undefeated, unbeaten in their opening 2 reserves fixtures. They will face local rivals Halifax this afternoon, and Lee Beater has decided to go with Max Truman at fullback, with 3/4 line Josh Rickett, Ross Oakes, Harvey Burnett and Sam Smith. The half-back partnership will be Luke Poulton and Jack Wilson. The front row forwards Jordan Andrade, Lachlan McGill and James Davis. The back rowers Danny King, Liam Johnson and Joe Cater from Hull Kingston Rovers at loose forward. On the interchange bench, Joe Stirk, Guy Worstonholme, Murphy Smith, Luke Littlewood, Jake Lightowler, Thomas Doyle and Bradley Clavering. The referee from St Helens, Craig Smith, he puts whistle to lips and we're up and running. We're underway at Odsal, and the first carry of the afternoon will be taken in there by James Davis, and Davis will carry the Bulls just shy of their own 20. So Bradford in their alternative strip of all red and black shorts. They will play from right to left. They will play towards the rural end terracing in this first half. Halifax will play towards the South Bank side. So the kickoff was delayed by half an hour due to adverse travel conditions on the M62 after a crash had closed a couple of junctions, delaying the referee. But we've had a slight delay to kick off. It's 2:30. Let's have some fun. Bradford on the first attacking set there. 10 metres inside the Halifax half on the 5th and last tackle. Lachlan McGill in at dummy half. He's going to go back to Jack Wilson. Jack Wilson's going to send one downtown. It's going to bounce 5 metres out from the Halifax line, and the Halifax winger, Jamie Stringer, happy to let that one bounce over his head into touch. It'll be a scrum. Head and feet to today's visitors, Halifax. 10 out from their own line, 20 in from this main stand side. So we'll go through the Halifax side while the scrum is being formed here on Bulls Live, Bulls TV. Cian Morgan at fullback, Jack Etchells, Adam Newby, Jude Cocross and Jamie Stringer. That's your wing 3/4 line. The halves, Adam Brook, once upon a time at the Bradford Bulls Academy, and Jordan Smime, another player from Hull that's taking part in this game this afternoon. Jack Fairbank, Curtis Davis, William Calcutt, Dewey Billingham and Henry Davis. Your front row and back row, and the loose forward, binding the pack for Halifax this afternoon is Connor Davis. On the interchange bench then, Cian Oldroyd, Keir Williams, Charlie Frost, Connor Hampson, Clayton Connor, Bradley Allen, Ellis Nuttall, Chris Cullimore and Josh Wilcocken. As we already said, the referee from St Helens, Craig Smith. So Halifax, they've lost the ball on tackle number 4, a 2-man tackle there led by Dan King and James Davis, and it will be scrum. Head and feet to the Bradford Bulls, 35 out from the Halifax try line. We've had 2.5 minutes gone, and we've got Wooly Bullet listening in, so too Harry Crossland. Ethan is also joining us, so too Crazy Bouncer. Already we've got quite a few people listening to the game this afternoon. Don't forget, it will be available on Bulls TV after the weekend. Let's see if the Bulls can make it 3 from 3. From the scrum, then on the right hand edge, Harvey Burnett is brought down 25 metres out from that Halifax line. The referee's going to put whistle to lips. He's going to say Harvey Burnett is going to go back to 30 and play the ball. Harvey Burnett just guilty of advancing a little bit forward there. Lachlan McGill out of dummy half to Andrade. Andrade's brought down on the Halifax 20. Centre of field. Options to the left. Here goes Cater to Wilson. Wilson to King. King wrapped up there. Good cover tackle by Henry Davis for Halifax. The 10 metres out from the line as James Davis will crash onto a short, crisp ball. And James Davis is brought down a metre shy of the Halifax line. 10 to the left hand side as it goes to Cater. Cater gives the ball there to Punton. Luke Punton off his knees out wide. Bradford could be in. Liam Johnson! And Liam Johnson is going to open the scoring for the Bradford Bulls in that familiar black scrum cap there. It is brushed off the Halifax defenders. We've had 4 minutes gone on the clock here at Odsal Stadium, and it is the Bradford Bulls who take the lead by 4 points to 0, and that one is Liam Johnson. Now speaking to John Keir before the game, and I was asking if there was any injury concerns regarding Liam Johnson, and John Kirby said Liam's gone through a lot of work already this season, and he thinks that Liam Johnson deserves another week on the sidelines, and he thinks that players like Liam Kirk potentially deserve the chance. So Liam Johnson has been rested from the first team duties. He's now played for the reserves this afternoon. And Luke Punton, who's making the step up from the under-19s this afternoon, will strike the ball with the right boot. And that one will go straight between the posts. And it is Bradford Bulls 6, Halifax 0. 5 minutes gone on the clock. And Luke Punton, sponsored by Dorothy Daly, has got the Bulls an extra 2 points. And let's not forget Liam Johnson opening the score, try scoring in the 4th minute. He's sponsored by, in memory of Brian Widdop. I'm sure Brian Widdop will be smiling down from the clouds with delight. So 6-0, an early try to Lee Beatties, reserve side here at Odsal. And Halifax will get the ball to James Davis. James Davis from his own goal line up to the Bradford 20. 20 in from this main stand side. It's going to be Josh Rickin out of dummy half, wearing 25 this afternoon. His squad number, 6 tries in the reserves, 2 hat-tricks, 1 against Keighley, 1 against Wigan, and a try in the 34-10 Challenge Cup victory against Hunslet. So 7 tries in all competitions. He'll be looking to potentially get the nod from John Keir, as London are the visitors to Odsal next week. The kick comes in from Punton early. It's going to put pressure on Jack Etchells over on the far stand side, and Etchells is immediately brought down there by Liam Johnson on that right hand edge. And already you suspect that the Bradford Bulls are going to have a bit of an advantage in this first half, with a little bit of wind going from east to west. So Halifax back in possession, 3 tackles gone. In at dummy half, Curtis Davis. Davis goes down the middle with William Calcutt. Calcutt's going to be brought down by Ross Oakes and Dan King in a 2-man tackle. Jack Wilson was there as the 3rd man in. Halifax moving the ball now with Connor Davis. Connor Davis is going to give it to Drew Billingham. Billingham's going to be wrapped up on the last tackle. 15 shy of halfway. Halifax on their own 35. Davis is going to find Smime. Smime on the angle towards Sam Smith on that right hand edge, and Sam Smith is going to take it on his 3rd tackle. Advances 15 metres forward, and he's brought down 5 shy of halfway. So Bradford back in possession here. Here goes Jack Wilson, trying to put the show and go on, and he'll carry Bradford up to halfway. 2nd tackle gone. We've had 5 minutes here at Odsal as it goes down this left hand edge. James Davis, Jordan Andrade, Dan King, they'll also be looking for a big performance this afternoon under the watchful eyes of John Keir, who's here to watch the reserves and potentially include some of the players in his first team thoughts next week. King carries Bradford 30 shy of Halifax line. They're going to go down the middle with McGill. McGill to Davis. Davis wrapped up on the 5th and last tackle. 26 metres away, just to the left of centre field. Wilson's going to kick for Oakes, but that's a penalty to the Bradford Bulls because one of the Halifax players has impeded the Bradford kicker, which was Jack Wilson, and the referee Craig Smith's going to say he's gone in with a shoulder. So the first penalty of the afternoon has gone to the Bulls, and they're going to put more pressure on this Halifax line because we've had 6 minutes gone on the clock, and it is going to be Oakes who's going to tap it 10 metres out. Goes direct to King. King brought down in a 3-man tackle just to the left of the sticks. McGill, will he go himself? No, he's going to find James Davis. James Davis is over the line, and James Davis has lost the ball in the act of scoring. There was 3 hungry Halifax defenders there, and that is great defence, it must be said, from Halifax early doors here. So shy of 10 minutes gone, score remains Bradford Bulls 6, Halifax 0. We're trying the 4th minute to Liam Johnson, and that of course converted by Luke Punton, who's certainly handled himself well, making him step up into the reserves this afternoon. So Bradford's first real error in this match, and it's come in the act of scoring for James Davis. So the score remains 6-0 to the Bulls. Halifax are going to move the ball from that scrum, 10 metres out. The Bradford Bull supporters group enjoying the coverage this afternoon. That's obviously Dave Hicks, Adrian Gill. I know them personally quite well, and they'll be enjoying the start that the Bradford Bulls have made in this one. Halifax yet to play the ball inside the Bradford half, although they're looking to show the ball some width over on that left-hand edge. Cian Morgan, the full-back, brought down it shy of the halfway line. They're going to come back down this middle channel with Fairbank. Last tackle. Halifax still inside their own half, and the kick's going to come out of the dummy half there from Jordan Smime, and Smime's kicked straight down the front there of Rickett, and Rickett's going to be brought down on tackle number 1, 25 shy of the halfway line. Quick play the ball. Here goes Ross Oakes. Ross Oakes up to the 40, brought down 5 shy, and Bradford on their own 45 now. 2 tackles gone. Laying on in the tackle there, and the referee will pin June Cocross for laying in the tackle. So 2 penalties early doors that have gone the way of the Bulls, and this will be more pressure that they're going to put on the Halifax defensive line. Just outside the Halifax 20, Jack Wilson has found touch. Oakes will tap it. Ross Oakes is going to take the line on himself, and confidence oozing out of his paws there from Oakes. Quick play the ball. McGill to King. King to Davis. Davis manages to keep on the ball on this occasion. McGill to Cater. Cater to Punton. Punton to Truman. Max Truman there on the zig-zag with a feet. Johnson to Punton. Punton to Davis. Davis, beautiful pass to Rickett. And James Davis's pass, it's missed out 3 Halifax defenders. And we talked about Josh Rickett's try-scoring run. Well, he's now got an 8th try of the season. 7 in reserve grade football. 1 in the Challenge Cup. The Bulls have doubled the lead. 10 points to 0. A kick will come from this main stand touchline. But what a start from Lee Beanie's side. 2 quick-fire tries from the Bulls. We've had exactly 10 minutes gone on the clock, and it is the Bulls 10, Halifax 0. Johnson and Josh Rickett with the tries. Difficult conversion attempt coming up from Luke Punton, it must be said. It's right on this main stand side. And Josh Rickett, sponsored by the Pitchside Crew, which I believe is club historian John Downs. He'll enjoy watching that one back on the replay. Punton with a right boot. It's just going to drift across the face of the post. A valiant effort. We'd give him a C- in his exams for that kick, but it's just gone across the face, and it remains Bradford Bulls 10, Halifax 0. Just at the 11th minute mark. So if you're just joining us, good afternoon and welcome. And hopefully those listening will be in attendance tomorrow afternoon for the double header, London Broncos against Bradford Bulls, the under-19s academy fixture. That one will start at 12:30, and then it's the main course, the main serving, Bradford Bulls against the West Wales Raiders. The weather, we've looked at the forecast, it's going to be 25 degrees here at Odsal. It's going to be 27, potentially 28. It's going to be hot, humid. It's going to be a roasting afternoon, and the Bulls will be looking to serve up the best Sunday roast possible with loads of points on the side. So on the restart, Davis up to the 20, McGill to King. King on tackle 2, just shy of the Bradford 30-metre line. It's going to go there to Joe Cater. Cater offloads the ball in the tackle to Andrade. Andrade to Wilson, back to McGill. McGill's going to be wrapped up on his own 38-metre mark, just to the left of centre field, 12 shy of halfway. Catering at dummy half to Punton to Johnson. Johnson's lost the ball. Bradford's second error of the afternoon, and it will be scrum head and feed to Halifax in favourable position. It'll be the first time in this match that they've had the ball inside the Bradford half, such has been Bradford's stranglehold on defence. And with Bradford leading by 10 points to 0, 13 minutes gone, Halifax a chance to put some real pressure of their own now on this Bradford Bulls defensive line. Dewey Burlingham, tackle number 1 brought down. 5 shy of the Bradford 40. Out of dummy half from Connor Davis. Davis on tackle number 2. Here goes Curtis Davis. Davis though has made an almighty hash of it, because Curtis Davis, he was looking to find William Calcott, and in the end it has come off the knee of Henry Davis. He's trying to grasp the ball, he's knocked it on. It's a 3rd error of the afternoon for Halifax, and it will be chance gone begging, scrub head and feet to the Bradford Bulls. And let's not forget Jamel Goodall. He has decided to not fight for his place. He's decided to go to Dewsbury on a 1-month loan, and Dewsbury of course announcing that late yesterday evening. So Jamel Goodall back in the championship with the Dewsbury Rams, and John Kay will be certainly tracking his progress. Here at Odsal, Johnson on tackle number 1 on that right hand edge. They come back down this left middle with Andrade. Andrade will carry the Bulls inside the Halifax half. The 45 away from the Halifax line. Davis once again, good quick hands as it goes to Oakes. Oakes tries to go through a gap, but he can't get past Co-Cross and Stringer. And Stringer there wrapping Oakes up 25 shy of the line. They're going to go back down the middle channel as it's going to be James Davis taking 4 Halifax defenders out of that defensive line. Craig Smith, the referee in black, says last tackle. Lachlan McGill to Joe Cater. Cater has lost the ball on contact, so the chance has gone begging. It will be a fresh set of 6 for Halifax on the 0 tackle, and Lachlan McGill has been penalised for just laying on in the tackle as Jack Fairbank was trying to get a quick play of the ball. So penalty count 2-1, Halifax's first penalty, and they will find touch via Adam Brook over the halfway line. So Halifax, they'll have a full set of 6 inside the Bradford Bulls half. 15 minutes gone here, Bulls Live, Bulls TV, Bradford Bulls 10, Halifax Rugby League Football Club 0. If you're just joining us, tries from Johnson and Rickett inside the opening 10 minutes. Halifax down the middle with Fairbank, Jack Fairbank wearing it, wrapped up and smothered. Joe Cater trying to make amends. Great defensive play there from Cater, and Joe Cater coming in again, and Halifax have only made 2 metres now, and McGill and Cater, they're in certainly synced defence, and the communication there as Johnson will wrap up. Adam Newby on that left hand edge. So 2 tackles remaining for Halifax. Brook has ball in hand. They're going to move it out wide towards this main stand side, and the referee going to say 5th and last. Oakes in defence with Dan King. Adam Brook on the last tackle, 30 away from the Bradford line, looking to put Sam Smith under pressure. Sam Smith takes it just in the field of play, and he's wrapped up on his own 2 metre line. So Bradford, they're going to come from deep. Harvey Burnett, tackle number 2, wins the penalty, attacks the Halifax markers. They were not square, and it is now 3-1 on the count. Bradford awarded the 3rd penalty of the afternoon, 10 out from their own try line. So a bit of a relieving penalty. James Davis just left the field after doing a solid 16 and a half minutes, and Lee Beattie will be relatively pleased with the application and the aptitude from the Bulls. So it's going to be tapped by Burnett, who won the penalty. He'll give it to Johnson, tackle number 1, 2 metres shy of the halfway line, just to the right of centre field. And they're going to come back down with Bradley Clavering, and Bradley Clavering's wrapped up there. Clavering gets a quick play of the ball in. McGill to Cater, Cater to Andrade, Jordan Andrade, down the middle. Who's going to stop him? He's still going. Jordan Andrade, he's offloading the ball in the tackle, and he's got to a Halifax man. It would have been best probably just taking the tackle, and now the Bulls have encroached in the 10, but that was a blistering run in the heat at Odsal down the middle. Jordan Andrade swatting the Halifax defence away like flies, and unfortunately he got the call in his ear, and it was a blue and white shirted Halifax man who got obviously called for the ball. But that would have been some try from Jordan Andrade if he had just managed to get past Kian Morgan. So, Halifax not waving the white flag, they're showing great signs of resilience here. And as we said, They're up to halfway, their second penalty. Adam Brook tries to show and go, finds the inside support. Jordan Smime's going to be wrapped up, although Smime's now lost the ball. Referee's going to say first knock on it from the Bulls, I believe here. Is he going to say knock on from the Bulls? Headers, scrum and feed. He's give it to Halifax, so decision 50-50 call, gone in favour of the visitors. 18 minutes gone here at Odsal. Bradford Bulls 10, Halifax 0. Referee just stopping the clock, and we're about to see Jake Lightowler come on the field. Jake Lightowler, of course, this time last week he was recovering after only playing 90 seconds after being sent off. So Bradford winning that game against Warrington Wolves by 26 points to 4, and it'll be interesting to see how they really go tomorrow. I mean, I'm really excited about that opening game against London Broncos. London Broncos pushing Wigan all the way last week. Here come Halifax though, just outside the Bradford 10 with Jack Fairbank. Fairbank turned over on his back there by King and McGill. In at dummy half, it's going to go from Chris Cullimore. Cullimore's wrapped up. Tackle number 4, they're a metre shy of the line. They're trying to squeeze over from William Calcutt. Calcutt is brought down there. Lightowler was all over him, last tackle. Adam Brook puts one behind the Bradford line. Referee though is going to say it has been touched by a Bradford hand, and he will say first knock on by Halifax. So power play over for Halifax, and Lee Beater and John Kerr, they'll be relatively pleased with the Bulls' defensive efforts. 20 minutes gone in the sunshine at Odsal, and it is Bradford 10, Halifax 0. And they're going to move the ball down this right hand edge. Keep hearing calls of line speed from the Halifax defenders, so they obviously feel that they need to improve that line speed to get right up in the Bulls' faces, because as we said early doors, Bradford enjoying far too much room to make some headway. Lachlan McGill out of dummy half along the line to King. King's brought down 5 shy of halfway. A couple of meters in from this near stand side. Oakes to Cater. Cater to Lightowler. Lightowler clattered on both edges there. Just shy of halfway line for the Bulls. Cater to Punton. Punton to Truman. Truman wrapped up on the last. 45 away from the Halifax line, just inside the Halifax half. Punton, crossfield kick, looking to put pressure on the winger, Jamie Stringer, but Jamie Stringer under a little bit of pressure there. He'll take the ball and he'll be wrapped up 20 shy of halfway. So, as we said, Halifax certainly not coming here to roll over, and slowly building momentum, getting back in this game. The trail 10-0 and they're 10 metres shy of the halfway line. There's dummy half play there from Curtis Davis. We'll give the ball to Henry Davis. In at dummy half, Chris Cullimore. Halifax, 5 inside the Bradford half. 2 tackles remain. Cullimore to Brook. Brook over on that far stand side to Cian Morgan. Morgan to Jack Etchells. Etchells, the winger, wearing 5, wrapped up there by Sam Smith and Harvey Burnett. Last tackle, says the referee. Goes back to the Bradford 40. Brook is going to kick one downtown. Truman takes it there from the clear blue sky, and he's going to be wrapped up 2 metres shy of his own 10 metre mark. So as we said, energy sapping conditions here at Odsal. Both sides naming quite a number of players on the interchange bench, and we're about to see Thomas Doyle enter the fray. And Thomas Doyle normally plays 9 in the under-19s academy, and he will replace Lachlan McGill, who's gone through a lot of work early doors. So Doyle in at dummy half to Cater. Cater absolutely flattened there by Bradley Allen, who's just come on the field, and it's going to see Wilson to Lightowler. to Bradley Calvin. Calvin for the Bulls is wrapped up 10 shy halfway on the last tackle. Bradford, they're going to go for the power play. Goes to King. King inside the Halifax half. Finds Rickett. Rickett wrapped up. And the danger extinguished on the Halifax 35s on the Bulls. On the last, they advanced 20 metres over the halfway line. And Josh Rickett brought down there by Chris Cully-Moore. And number 19 for Halifax, Jordan Smime. So Cully-Moore and Smime and Brook, they're pulling the strings for Halifax. 23 minutes gone also, 17 out from half time. Ice cream weather. Looks forward, Connor Davis brought down on the halfway, centre of the field. Cully-Moore out of dummy half to Brook. Brook with a show and go. Adam Brook trying to get past Thomas Doyle, and Doyle will wrap him up with Luke Punton on that left hand edge. They're going on that far stand side via Cully-Moore. Cully-Moore attacking the Bulls markers. He's wrapped up on the 5th and last tackle. Halifax just outside the Bradford 20, left of centre field. They're going to come back to Jordan Smime. Jordan Smime, cross-field kick, looking to put Josh Rickett under pressure, but Josh Rickett will take that one. He had both Jude Cocross and Jamie Stringer bearing down on him, and a great take there from the 21-year-old Josh Rickett, who will be looking to potentially, as we said, edge his way into John Keir's first team thoughts. Sam Smith is wrapped up 20 shy of halfway on the second tackle. Rolling forward, referee says play on. Doyle out of dummy half. Still going forward, Thomas Doyle. Third tackle gone. Bradford just inside the Halifax half. It goes from Wilson along right to Cater. Cater is going to find Lightower. Lightower looking for options. Decides to distake the tackle. 3 men in defence there for Halifax. Last tackle, the Bulls. 10 inside the Fax half. The kick will coming from Luke Punton. Luke Punton's kick is going to come down on the Halifax 20. Liam Johnson has it. It's still the last. He finds the support there from Sam Smith, but the referee is going to say the pass from Johnson to Smith has gone forward, and it will be a changeover. So play the ball. Bradford's third error of the first half. 16 minutes to go to half time. The referee is going to stop the clock, and he's going to allow a drinks break. So don't forget, tomorrow, Bulls Live, Bulls TV, proper sport. We have London against Bradford at 12:30, followed by the main course, Bradford Bulls against the West Wales Raiders at 3 o'clock. And Dane Chisholm, speaking to him pre-match, doing the captain's run, he's really confident. The dry weather's going to stay, and a dry track, and he's looking to, as we say, rebuild his confidence after suffering that ACL injury last year at the Summer Bash. And Dane Chisholm, he won't mind me saying this by his own admission, that he's not been at his best, but as you say, a lot of players, it affects a lot of players differently when you suffer an ACL injury. Halifax then, up and over halfway. Jordan Smine there, quick play the ball, referee says play on. Halifax inside the 20. Good tackle there from Cater and King. 2 tackles remaining here for Halifax, but they've been awarded a penalty, and the referee is going to say Thomas Doyle laying on in the tackle. So 3 penalties apiece, and the referee is going to stop the clock once again, just allowing the players another drinks break. If John Bastian were here with us, he'd talk us through the importance of keeping the players hydrated in energy sapping conditions here at Odsal. So when play resumes, Halifax, they'll have the ball, 15 out from the Bradford line. Everyone's just checking on water here. 15 minutes to go to half time. Just go through that Bradford lineup once again. Max Truman, fullback, wing 3/4 line. Josh Rickett, Ross Oakes, Harvey Burnett, Sam Smith. The halves, Luke Punton, Jack Wilson. The front row forwards, Jordan Andrade, Lachlan McGill, James Davis, Danny King, Liam Johnson, and Joe Cater from Hull Kingston Rovers. So, play back underway. Halifax knocking on that Bradford door. Connor Hampson gets up, plays the ball. Bit of miscommunication from Smine there. It bounces on the dry, dusty surface, and Halifax are brought down too shy of the Bradford line over on the far stand side. To the left hand side of the uprights, looking to score in at the corner. Harvey Burnett, he's not gone for the legs, but Liam Johnson has. And Liam Johnson will twist and turn Adam Newby, and Adam Newby's held up over the line. Halifax will go back to the 10. So, 14 minutes to go to half time. Adam Brook has it, 15 out. Lateral ball, down the middle, goes straight and direct down the diddle. Ellis Nuttall, wearing 18, wrapped up on the last. Brook, centre field, 5 out. Peppers one underneath the stakes. And there's a try here for Halifax, if it is given, because Chris Cullimore has latched onto the ball. No one was at home, and the referee will stop the clock, and he's going to disallow it. He's going to say Chris Cullimore was inside the 10. So, relief and respite for the Bulls. Nothing wrong with the grounding. Chris Cullimore got the ball down, but we've just seen how effective Adam Brook can be with boot to ball. That one was perfectly weighted, and with 12 minutes to go to half time, it still remains Bradford Bulls 10, Halifax nil. A bit of an arm wrestle developing in the heat here at Odsal. So, 4-3 the count against Halifax. Bradford will tap the ball with Johnson. Johnson brought down just inside the Bradford 40. Doyle in at dummy half, looking at options. Joe Cater not afraid to take the punishment in the pain. On the halfway line, Bradford attracting 3 Halifax defenders at regular intervals. What's Doyle going to do now? Going to go himself, misses out Wilson, keeps on to the ball. That's nearly up play there from Thomas Doyle, directional, then straight out of dummy half, attacking the markers. Carries Bradford up to the Halifax 30. Wilson to Cater. Cater to Clavering. Clavering's going to be wrapped up on the last tackle just outside the 20. Jack Wilson looking to invite Ricketts to the party, but the fullback Kean Morgan there, he was well equipped to avert the danger, and he takes the ball 5 out from his own try line. So Halifax trailing 10 points to 0. Just shy of 10 minutes remaining in this first half. And the loud, shrill blast of the whistle from the referee is going to say that Bradley Clavering has gone above the shoulders, straight into the face there of William Calcutt, and it will be 4 penalties apiece. So Halifax up to halfway via the boot of Brook. Just waiting for a ball to come on the playing surface, which it does. It's going to be tapped there by Stringer. Stringer to Smine. Cullimore in at dummy half. Goes himself, wrapped up on the second tackle. 35 out from the Bradford line. It's going to go to Brook. Brook with a show and go, gives it to the fullback Morgan. Morgan inside the Bradford 20 on the left hand edge. So, is this the moment Halifax have been waiting for to post first points? Brook along the line. Gives it to Clayton Connor. Connor has lost the ball under contact there from Thomas Doyle, and young Thomas Doyle there bringing down the big man Clayton Connor, and that is Halifax's 5th error of the afternoon, and that will be the Bulls scrum, and that will please John Keir and head coach Lee Beattie. So once again the physio and the medical staff bringing on the water for the players. Jack Wilson, ball in hand for the Bulls, wearing 7. Half-back partner Luke Punton this afternoon. Lee Beattie might have potentially thought about bringing in Kobe Green, Rowan Mills, Nat Fletcher, Lawrence Akanga, but he's decided to keep a very strong Bradford Bulls under-19 side. That'll certainly look to show a bit of consistency and making 2 wins on the bounce at Odsal. James Davis about to come on the field. Doyle in at dummy half. Bradford via Clavering. Ball's been lost in the tackle. It has gone backwards, says the call from the touch judge. Luke Punton has it. Fires it out wide to Smith. Sam Smith, though, immediately wrapped up. And that'll be tackle number 4 gone for the Bradford Bulls. They're on their own 40-metre line. And that is a penalty late in the count. And that won't please the Halifax head coach. The Halifax players shake their heads. They know they've been guilty of laying on in the tackle. And that coming on tackle number 4. We'll see Luke Punton take the Bulls 35 shy of the Halifax line. We've got around about 6.5 minutes remaining in this first half here at Odsal. It's going to be tapped by Johnson. Johnson on tackle number 1. So James Davis back out there. His pass to Rickett was really something else. Here goes Lightowler. Lightowler brought down on his back on tackle number 2. Bradford. The 10 out from the Halifax line. Centre of the field. Joe Cater gives it there to Wilson. Wilson drops the shoulder. Can't get past 3 immovable objects from that Halifax defensive line. Doyle will try and pitch one from dummy half. Doyle's going to be held up on his back over the line. The Bulls will go back to the Halifax 10 and they will play the ball with a tackle remaining in this set of 6. Bulls Live, Bulls TV, Bulls 10. Halifax 0. It's going to go to Wilson, to Cater, to Truman, Truman to Punton, Punton on that right hand edge. Punton's going to be brought down on the 5th and last tackle. So that's it, the Bulls have extinguished the set of 6. Truman kicks for himself, he's just put a little bit too much on it, has he? The referee agrees and it will be a tap on the 20. The Halifax fullback there, Cian Morgan, shielding himself from the ball as Truman tried to throw himself behind the back of Morgan and try and reach out and score, but he put the ball down over the dead ball line. It hadn't touched a Halifax man, and Halifax will have a 7 tackle set from their own 20. So 2 tackles gone, the 15 shy of halfway, 5 minutes to go in this first half here. Points really at a premium, it must be said. Bulls 10, Fox 0. Johnson and Rickett, the 2 try scorers, as Halifax look to get some points on the board before the interval. Here goes Connor Davis. Out wide, beautiful pass to Etchells. Jack Etchells inside the Bradford 20. He's fouled there by the fullback Truman. Truman brings him down. 18 out from the Bradford line. A loose carry out of dummy half from Cullymore. Cullymore's pass will find Connor Hampson. Hampson's wrapped up 10 shy of the line. Underneath the sticks, it's going to go to Davis. Davis along the line. It's come off the Bradford hand, has it? But it's been knocked on first by Halifax. Although the referee might be giving Halifax head and feed here. He is going to say first knock on from Bradford. And he'll stop the clock. 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. James Davis is there, standing patiently, waiting for the scrum to form. Ask the referee how long. The referee looks at his watch and going on the stopwatch. What we've got running with the stoppages, around about 4.5 minutes to go to half time. So Bulls Live, Bulls TV, Bulls 10, Fax 0. That was a great little run over on that left hand edge there from Jack Etchells, catching both Harvey Burnett and Sam Smith. And the referee just stopping the clock because Etchells is just getting to his feet rather gingerly over on that far stand side, but he's got the thumbs up from the Halifax trainer. Connor Davis taking a sip of the water bottle, and the loose forward for Halifax just having some strapping applied to his forehead. So yet to come on the field to play for the Bulls: Joe Sturt, Guy Worstonholme, Murphy Smith, Luke Littlewood. So we'll see those young under-19s players featuring in the second half. Jordan Andrade about to come back on the field. We're just waiting for the referee to get the all clear from the Halifax physio. It's Connor Davis just has the strapping applied to his forehead. So perhaps a little bit of claret there creeping out. 4.5 minutes to go here at Odsal. Connor Davis. Well, he looks like the walking wounded there. So it looks like an extra from casualty. Right, play back on then. Halifax, a full centre 6, 10 out from the Bradford line. Jordan Andrade waiting patiently to come on. Will he see the Bulls defend another successful centre 6 from Halifax? Cullimore out of dummy half to Hampson. Hampson's brought down, 5 out from the Bradford line. 20 in from this near stand side. There's a bit of juggling there with the ball, but Jordan Smyne will be wrapped up by Thomas Doyle. The 2 metres out from the line, goes to Brook, Brook out wide, to the fullback. The fullback, Kean Morgan, is going to float the ball out to Jack Etchells, and Jack Etchells will glide in the far corner past Sam Smith. And with minutes remaining in the first half here at Odsal, Halifax have first points on the board. It is Bradford Bulls 10, Halifax 4. And it's got to be said, that try certainly deserved. It has been coming, and Etchells drawing a round of applause from the Halifax supporters that have come over on the 508 bus this afternoon. So a kick will come right on the far stand touchline, a metre in from touch, if that, and it will be Jordan Smyne wearing 19. Halifax incidentally played last week in the reserves competition, going down 26 points to 12 at the Shea against Wigan, who Bradford incidentally defeated in the game last time out. 18-14, what a ripper that was. Josh Rickett with a hat-trick at Dudley Hill, Parry Lane. So, Jordan Smyne, right on that far stand side, gives it an almighty hoof with the right boot, and it's just dropped under the crossbar. Some of the Halifax supporters in the main stand here at Odsal were cheering, but it just dropped underneath the red, amber and black dot. So, Bradford Bulls 10, Halifax 4. Etchells with the response. For Halifax, Smyne, 0 from 1. And we've got round about 2 minutes remaining in the first half here at Odsal. Bulls Live, Bulls TV. Truman with the restart, taken by Morgan. Morgan immediately gives it there to Hampson. Hampson's going to be brought down on tackle number 1. 90 seconds remaining in the first half here at Odsal. The Bulls will probably have one more set of 6 there, defending the line now as Halifax find themselves on the road 30. As Halifax come down to right hand edge, and then there's going to be Kai Williams. Cullimore in at dummy half, back to Brook. Adam Brook looks for a 40-20. He's got a kick between Sam Smith and Truman. Smith has to get there. He will do. He'll face his own try line, gives the ball to Truman, and Truman takes Smith's pass, and Truman is wrapped up in a 2-man tackle. So Adam Brook very nearly getting a repeat set for Halifax, and the former Bradford Academy graduate certainly looking to enjoy a return to Odsal. Harvey Burnett on tackle number 2. Sam Smith out of dummy half himself on tackle number 3. And as we said, Bradford will potentially have one final set. It is half time here at Odsal. Sam Smith wrapped up 15 shy of halfway. Ethan Ryan's dad, Matthew Ryan, listening abroad. I'm sure the weather's just as warm as it is here, but John Keir just walking across the tunnel. And we're about to see the second half get underway. So Max Truman lining the ball up. Halifax will have first use, and they will play from right to left. The referee Craig Smith gets proceedings underway. Truman goes straight down the front there of Brook. And Brook immediately will give the ball there to Newby, and Newby's going to be brought down on tackle number 1. So out of dummy half from Josh Wilcock. Wilcock will find Hampson. Hampson 15 shy of halfway. Halifax going down the direct route, early doors. Bit of structure to their play. And Wilcock is going to find Davis. Davis is turned over on his side. Tackle number 4. A couple of metres inside the Bradford half. So 10 points to 4, remember. Bradford slaying the 6-point lead after early tries from Johnson and Ricky. Referee will say last tackle. Goes to Brook. Brook's kick going to come down for Smith, and Smith takes that under pressure from both the Halifax fullback Kean Morgan and the second row forward Henry Davis. So Bradford, their first set of 6 at the start of this second half, without a minute gone, and they're up to their own 30, 20 shy of the halfway line. Centre of the field as Josh Ricky goes on down the middle. 15 metres made there from Ricky. Scored in the first half, his 7th try of the reserve grade season. Here goes Ross Oakes inside the Halifax half. 45 out from that Halifax line. It goes to Joe Cater. Cater to Andrade. Andrade wrapped up. Last tackle. Doyle to Poulton. Poulton kicks ahead. Kind bounce for the Halifax winger there, Jack Etchells, who had to take that one because he had Harvey Burnett, Sam Smith pairing away. And Halifax live to find another day at the start of this second half. So 2 minutes gone, 38 remain. Still Bulls 10, Fax 0. Fax 4, sorry, Bulls TV, Bulls Live. Moving the ball down this right hand edge. 15 shy of the halfway line. James Davis throwing himself around in defence. Bradley Allen on at the start of this second half for Halifax. Last tackle there. A couple of changes from both sides. Josh Wilcock in at dummy half. Gives the ball to Brook. Brook puts Brook to ball. He's going to put Rickett under pressure, and Josh Rickett there. Wrapped up on the Bradford 20. So Max Truman in at dummy half. Finds Oakes. Ross Oakes is brought down on the second tackle. Bradford up to their own 40. Luke Punton wins an early penalty at the start of the second half of the Bulls. Luke Punton taking on that defensive line. And our referee, Craig Smith, will stop the clock while he ties his shoelace up, so everyone getting a little breather. Bradford winning the penalty count, 6-4. Referee Craig Smith. Happy that his laces are tied. And Bradford, a booming kick there from Jack Wilson. And Bradford are going to have the ball 10 out from the Halifax line. There was potentially doubt whether Jack Etchells could reach up and stop it from going into touch, but this is just what Lee Beattie and John Keir would have wanted at the start of the second half. And Liam Johnson from 10 metres out will carry the ball 5 metres over the dead ball line, and the referee's going to say held up. Doyle, dummy half to Cater to Wilson. Jack Wilson back on the inside to Doyle, and Doyle's wrapped up. Once again, tenacious defending here from Halifax, keeping the Bulls out, making them work for every point. Cater, dummy half, bullet pass out to Wilson. Wilson to Ross Oakes. Ross Oakes twisting and turning. Oakes is brought down. A metre shy of the line. What are the Bulls going to do here? 2 tackles remaining. They go back to Andrade. Jordan Andrade crashes on to the short ball from Thomas Doyle. And it is a 3rd try of the afternoon for the Bradford Bulls. Jordan Andrade sending a message to John Keir that he wants to be included in the first team. And Jordan Andrade with his first try of the afternoon. He has got the Bulls' second half account up and running. 14 points to 4. 44 minutes gone here at Odsal. and the kick from Luke Punton will come 15 metres to the left hand side of the uprights in front of the South Bank stand, and that has got John Kay and Lee Beattie and the Bulls coaching staff certainly smiling and happy in the Odsal sunshine. So Punton converted the try to Johnson, failed with his second effort from Rickett, but he'll be looking to port this one over and restore Bradford's 12-point lead. Luke Punton looks at the ball, looks at the post, he's hit the left hand upright and it is waved away. We've put the mockers on him. So 1 from 3 attempts. It remains on Bulls Live, Bulls TV, Saturday afternoon at Odsal in the sunshine. Bradford Bulls 14, Halifax 4. So Adam Brook lining the restart up. Just putting the ball on the kicking tee. Back underway then. 35 minutes remaining. Truman traps the ball with his foot. It bounces up kindly, takes it in both arms, gives it there to Davis. Davis, no look pass to King. The Bulls, they're looking to go back to back. They're in the far stand side with Rickett. Rickett back down the middle. Here goes Wilson. Wilson inside the Halifax half, and he's brought down 5 metres inside the Fax half on the Fax 45 as Thomas Doyle attacks the Halifax markers on that eastern edge in front of the far stand side. Oakes back to Wilson. The Bulls will shift it back down the middle, and James Davis, he goes down the hay diddle diddle and he's wrapped up 5 out from that Halifax try line. Thomas Doyle in a dummy half to Andrade. Andrade wants a second. Andrade will get a second. Barnstorming try from Jordan Andrade. The Bulls have got 2 tries in 2 minutes, and Jordan Andrade gets high fives, pats on the back. Jordan Andrade is sending a strong message to John Keir. He wants to be in his first team force for next week's game against the London Scholars at Bradford. Slowly but surely getting a stranglehold on this game. It's 18 points to 4, and Jordan Andrade, like a man possessed there, he discharged into Halifax defensive line and slammed the ball down, and he's got a second of the afternoon. So Luke Punton, favourable position, a metre to the right hand side of the uprights. This one straight bang in front, and that one will see the Bulls have another 2 points, 20 points to 4. And as we said, the Bulls taking a bit of a stranglehold on this one. Bulls Live, Bulls TV, here at Odsal Stadium. Round 3 of the reserves competition for the Bulls, and they are looking to maintain their 100% record here after earlier victories in the season against Keighley and Wigan at Dudley Hill. There's still a couple of rearranged games that were called off due to the weather, so the Bulls have still got to visit Wigan, still got to go away to Keighley, as well as hosting the Keighley Cougars here. But Lee Beattie using the reserve competition as a platform for players like Ross Oakes, Josh Rickett, Max Truman, who recently signed on a 1-year deal, and not to mention Dan King, James Davis, and certainly a player who will go close to taking the Man of the Match award, Jordan Andrade. But anything Jordan Andrade can do, James Davis can do better, as Davis on the restart takes the ball up to his own 25. They're in centre field. Lateral movement from right to left, and they go down the middle once again with Andrade. Andrade, the wrecking ball, the beast, carries Bradford 10 shy of halfway. Here goes Liam Johnson. Johnson versus Brook. Johnson's lost the ball in the tackle. Heavy collision. Liam Johnson looks towards the referee, says surely there was a hand in there from Adam Brook. The referee says no. Head and feed to Halifax. Bulls Live, Bulls TV. We've had 10 minutes gone here at the start of the second half, and Bradford 10-4 at half-time. They've posted another 10 points, a brace of scores from Jordan Andrade. So Johnson with his second error of the match. They've made 6 errors thus far, the Bulls, and now Halifax will come back at the Bulls' defensive line, down the middle, 40 metres out from that Bradford line on tackle number 1, and it's going to be Ellis Nuttall who gets to his feet. In at dummy half is going to be Wilcock. Wilcock's going to give it to Allen. Allen on tackle number 2, brought down there by Thomas Doyle. Andrade can't quite bring down Fairbank. Fairbank is still going forward, and now Halifax have lost the ball with Fairbank's pass 10 metres out from the Bradford line, intended to Bradley Allen, and Bradley Allen got butterfingers, and it will be a scrum header feed of the Bradford Bulls. So Jordan Andrade will be a little bit disappointed himself. He went for the ankle tap on Halifax front row forward, Jack Fairbank, and Fairbank just evaded it, skipped over. And as we said, if that pass had stuck there, Bradley Allen would have been underneath the ball stick. So a little bit of danger for the Bulls. That'll perhaps regain their focus. Harvey Burnett, tackle number 1 from the scrum. Goes out to Doyle. Doyle down the middle via Punton, and it ends up with Andrade. Second tackle gone. Bradford 25, shy of halfway. There's Johnson on the third carry. Quick play the Boyle. Doyle to Cater to Davis. Davis on that left edge on tackle number 4. Bradford up and over halfway, looking for more points here with King. King's wrapped up on the last though. Couldn't quite get the ball to Oakes, who was calling for it. It goes back to the halfway line to Truman. Truman's kick is going to be taken by Etchells, and Etchells, he has the sun bearing down on him, will give the ball to Morgan, and Morgan will carry Halifax 17 metres shy of halfway on tackle number 1. So let's see what Halifax can do with ball in hand, as once again it goes with Fairbank. Fairbank wrapped up. 2 Bradford men in defence there, Punton and Andrade, and Halifax are going to shift the ball on this left-hand edge via Adam Brooks, who's giving it to Henry Davis. Davis wrapped up by Johnson. Here goes Josh Wilcock. And Josh Wilcock's gone without the ball. 25 out from the Bradford line. Chance gone begging, so a little bit of sloppiness creeping into the Halifax player. That's their 8th error in this match, and it will be scrum. Head and feet to the Bulls. 25 out from their own try line, and we have 27 minutes remaining here at Odsal. So, whatever you're doing in the world, wherever you're listening and watching back on Bulls TV, I'm sure you've enjoyed this bank holiday weekend. Certainly a short turnaround for the Bulls. Tomorrow, Bradford against West Wales. And then it's a 6-day turnaround because we host the London Scholars on Saturday afternoon. So this time next week, we'll just be heading up towards half-time in that game, the rearranged game from round 2. Should have been the Bulls' first home fixture of the season, but of course we had the snow and it was postponed. So, Bradford up to halfway on tackle number 3 with Dan King. Dan King turning the tackle. King gets to his feet. Doyle along the line to Cater. Cater shows and goes. 15 metres on that carry. Bradford 10 inside the Halifax half, centre of the field. It's going to go with Dickie Davis. Dickie Davis gives it to Johnson, and Johnson wrapped up in a 3-man tackle led there by Fairbank. So last tackle for the Bradford Bulls. 35 out from that Halifax line. Thomas Doyle chips ahead for himself. Can he get the regather? But he's put pressure on the Halifax fullback. The referee though is going to say first knock on from Thomas Doyle. I think Doyle pounded the ball ever so slightly into fullback Cian Morgan, and it will be head and feed, or should I say, play the ball, because it was on the last, to Halifax. 15 out from their own try line. So 14 minutes gone in the second half. 26 remain. Bradford Bulls 20, Halifax 4, 4 tries to 1. Johnson, Ricky, and a brace from Andrade. Wooly Bully says, sitting in my garden, listening, hiding from the world under my sunshade. Like seeing the sun, but it does not like me too much. That sounds quite nice, sitting in the shade. Potentially a drink or two. So, Halifax, 15 metres away from halfway. Fairbank trying to win a penalty, pushing and shoving at the ruck. Referee says nothing forthcoming and play on. And it will see Curtis Davis, who's just come back out on the field. Davis will find Billingham. Billingham gets up, quick play the ball. Davis now to Brook. Brook to Fairbank. And Fairbank on the last tackle for Halifax on the halfway line. Will give the ball to Adam Brook, and Adam Brook down the middle finds the ball from Morgan. Morgan off the floor, back to Brook, it's gone backwards. Crossfield kick from Adam Brook. It's touch of Bradford hand. It's back to 6. Halifax looking to stretch the balls out wide. It's Adam Newby. Adam Newby for the corner. Max Truman comes in, and so too Ricky, and brings him down. Newby, quick play the ball. Halifax, they're looking for a second try and a way back into this match. We're just shy of the hour mark here at Odsal. It goes on this main stand side to Brook. Brook to Morgan. Morgan, can he squeeze past Burnett? And Punter, no he can't. 2 tackles remaining here for Halifax. Wilcock in a dummy half. He's going to give it to Brook. Brook to Henry Davis, and Davis wrapped up underneath the Bradford post. 4th tackle gone here for Halifax. It goes to Adam Brook. Adam Brook wrestling there with Joe Cater. Playing loose forward for the Bulls this afternoon. Ross Oakes comes in. They'll bring down the big man, William Calcutt. And Calcutt's going to be wrapped up. 5 out from the line. They're going to try and squeeze one over from dummy half. But the chance has gone begging. Last tackle here for Halifax. Incessant pressure. Brook peppers one behind the line. And it's a try to the front row forward. Jack Fairbank. But once again, the referee is going to stop the clock because the touch judge on that far stand side has stood his ground, and he's going to tell the referee it is another no-try decision that has gone against Halifax. And once again, Adam Brook, a delicate kick into the Bradford in-goal area, has been touched down by a Halifax forward. And for the second time, lightning has struck twice. And the referee, Craig Smith, is going to penalise Halifax and say Jacob Fairbank was in front of the kicker and inside the 10. No try. So if both those tries are given underneath the sticks, 20 points to 4, so it turns into 20 points to 16. So Bradford riding the luck, but referees, the touch judges, they're all wired up. They've got a better view than where we have, and certainly looked a 50-50 call. So Lee Beattie bringing on young Murphy Smith, and Murphy Smith has certainly been enjoying himself in the under-19s. So Murphy Smith over on this right hand wing position. He'll have Sam Smith playing centre. Bradford down the middle with Kate, Doyle, Lightower, Wilson. It's touched to Halifax hand. Been back to one on the count as the referee, or has he missed the touch? Bradford will play to the whistle either way. Ricky will front up. Quick play the ball there from Josh Ricky. Doyle in at dummy half. Doyle inside the Halifax 20 on the left hand edge. And Halifax will get the penalty because Ross Oakes has impeded the Halifax defenders and Thomas Doyle has gone behind them. And the penalty's coming thick and fast here. It is now 7-5. Still in favour of the Bulls. And Ross Oakes just speaking to the referee on the run there and apologising for impeding the play. So, Bulls Live, Bulls TV, Bradford Bulls 20, Halifax 4, Johnson, Ricky, and 2 tries after the restart from Jordan Andrade. James Davis leaving the field, going down the tunnel. We're about to see Lachlan McGill come back on. Thomas Doyle's done a good 25-minute spell, and with exactly an hour gone on the clock. So 20 minutes remaining here at Odsal. Halifax, can they overturn a 16-point deficit? Bradford lead, 20 points to 4. Adam Brook ball in hand, gives it to the second row forward, Henry Davis inside the Bradford 10, so Halifax 10 out from the Halifax line on the fifth and last tackle. It's going to go from Cullimore to Brook. Brook once again, Peppers one behind the line, finds Max Truman, and Max Truman does fantastically well there to get past the blue-shirted Halifax defenders and carry the ball a metre away infield of play. So this is where Bradford will do it tough. Hard dummy half from Oaks. Third tackle gone. Ross Oaks makes 12, make that 15 metres forward there, Ross Oaks. Although he's going to be shoved back towards the 10. Referee Craig Smith cries held. Lachlan McGill back out there. Thomas Doyle's done a lot of work. And Jake Lightower, tackle number 4, gets to his feet. Goes back down the middle with Bradley Carvin. Carvin's going to be brought down. Last tackle, says the referee. Bradford 5 shy of halfway. Lachlan McGill out of dummy half. Grubbers one behind, looking for Truman. Finds Truman. Lachlan McGill regathers, but it just come off Truman's right arm. And that was certainly electric play there from the Bradford Bulls. Lachlan McGill not afraid to pepper one behind the Halifax defensive line. They were all stood like statues, but unfortunately it just didn't come off. So, last tackle. Halifax, they'll play the ball on their own 30, and it's going to go from Cullimore to Stringer. Stringer on tackle number 1, loses the ball, another penalty to Halifax. So, penalty count now 7-6. Halifax won't be giving up the ghost in this one. 18 minutes to go to half time to full time, I beg your pardon. And Adam Brook once again finding touch and giving Halifax some great field position. It's going to be tapped by Cullimore. Chris Cullimore gives it there to Bradley Allen. Allen on tackle number 1. Allen wrapped up there by Lightower and Lachlan McGill. Two ever-presents for the Bradford Bulls under 19s this season, making the step up at reserve grade. Out of dummy half to Brook. Brook on that right-hand edge, and Halifax, they're going to open up the Bradford Bulls, and it's Jordan Smine, the scrum half, who goes past Murphy Smith and Sam Smith. So the two Smiths caught out there. Bit of experience from Halifax on the run around, and a try 5 metres in from this main stand side. We'll see Halifax post their first points of the second half. 62 minutes gone on the clock here at Odsal, and it's Bradford Bulls 20, Halifax 8. So Smine adds to Etchell's try in the first half, and Smine will attempt the conversion attempt. So 15 metres away from the post, 5 metres in from this main stand side, and a chance for Halifax to make it a 10-point game, which Smine will do. That one just creeps inside that right hand upright, so Smine finds his radar. And it is Bradford Bulls 20, Halifax 10 on Bulls Live and Bulls TV. So, are we in for a grandstand finish here at Odsal? Smell of summer in the air. I can smell barbecues. I don't know who's having the barbecue, but I want to track them down. Someone send a couple of beef burgers and a couple of hot dogs and some sausages to the commentary box, please. So, Bulls Live, Bulls TV. Max Truman on the restart, over the head of Adam Brook, and Halifax, they've made a meal of it on the restart. Jack Etchells has lost control of the ball, and it has gone over the dead ball line. It was like being handed the expensive vase in the charity shop and dropping it. He will pay the fine, and Halifax will be forced to drop out underneath the sticks. Adam Brook goes on the diagonal, looking for touch, but Dan King returns it. And Dan King's going to be brought down, 15 out from that main stand side as they go back down the middle channel with Lightowler. Jake Lightowler played 90 seconds last week before he was sent off for a spare tackle. Bradford hunting try number 5 of the afternoon, and then very nearly got it over on that left hand edge. They're a metre shy of the line. Lachlan McGill to Joe Cater, who's on debut for the Bulls, and Joe Cater comes up with a bit of a hospital pass out of the ruck, and that has been picked up by Halifax. So 20 points to 10 they trail. 2 converted tries would see them nick it, and we've got 15 minutes or thereabouts remaining here at Odsal. Smith and Punton in defence for Lee Beatty's side. Cullimore out of dummy half to Davis. Davis is going to be wrapped up there by Punton once again, and Luke Punton doing a lot of work in defence. Is this when we see a little bit of fatigue from the young Bulls? Fairbank, who had a try disallowed for being offside in the 10, is wrapped up on the last tackle, and Halifax look to run it on the last. They're inside the Bulls half, they're over on the far stand side. The ball's come off a Bradford arm. It's Ross Oakes who just couldn't resist the urge and made a play for it, and now Halifax, they've got a full set of 6, 38 metres out from the Bradford line. So a bit of luck shining down on Halifax in the closing embers of this one. 14 minutes to go. Halifax over on the far stand side. Cullimore is going to give it there to Nuttall wrapped up. 12 shy of the Bradford line. Lachlan McGill in defence there with Cater. It's going to go to Brook. Brook along the line to Smine. Jordan Smine looking for a second try. Can't get past Murphy Smith and Sam Smith on this occasion. And Sam Smith wraps him up for good measure. Right on that far stand touch line there, the Bulls, as they move it back down this middle channel. So their defensive line, they're on their own line. Halifax 5 away. Cullimore from dummy half will reach out from dummy half, and he'll dive between an almighty gap. And with 13 minutes remaining, this one far from over, because it is the Bradford Bulls 20, Halifax 14. Chris Cullimore touching down to the left hand side of the uprights, and Jordan Smine will attempt the conversion attempt. So Halifax, we're about to see a comeback in the closing embers of this one. 67 minutes gone on the clock. Bulls Live and Bulls TV. Smine, Etchells and Cullimore for Halifax. Smine looking to narrow the gap further to just 4 points, which he will do. Bradford Bulls 20, Halifax 16 here at Odsal. 12 minutes to go. And Thomas Doyle just being reintroduced to the action by head coach Lee Beatty after Lachlan McGill took a little bit of a knock. So the Bradford about to surrender a 20 points to 4 lead. So for the first defeat of the reserve season, this is where everybody will be playing for the winning bonuses. Max Truman on the restart. Straight down the middle, the sun blazing down here at Odsal, as Liam Johnson wraps up Fairbank on the restart. Chris Cullimore in at dummy half. Can't get past Wilson and King. Tackle number 2 gone for Halifax. They move it on that right hand edge. Kean Ulroyd wrapped up on tackle number 3. Back the come down the middle. William Calcutt. Calcutt gives the ball to Davis. Davis Quick play the ball, it allows Chris Cullimore once again. Out of dummy half, Halifax on the last tackle, they're up to halfway. Adam Brook under pressure from Johnson, gets the kick away. Taken there by young Murphy Smith, and Murphy Smith is going to be brought down. 25 out from his own try line, in at dummy half. His centre partner Sam Smith. He's going to make 10-15 metres forward on tackle number 2, 5 shy of halfway. Again, really in the balance now. 10 minutes to go here at Odsal. Bulls 20, Facts 16. Jake Lightower up to halfway. Wilson to King. King not effective against 3 Halifax defenders. It's tackle number 4 here for the Bulls. Down the middle they're going to go with Bradley Clavering, and Clavering's going to make 10 metres forward, and he's wrapped up just shy of the Halifax 25. They come on this main stand side. Punton puts Morgan under pressure. Morgan tackled in the air there by Liam Johnson, and that will see the penalty count evened up at 7 penalties apiece. And with 8.5 minutes remaining, the referee will stop the clock and he'll allow Jack Fairbank to get back to his feet. So Liam Johnson penalised for taking the man out off the ball. Halifax, can they sense and smell a famous victory here at Odsal? 10 shy of halfway on tackle number 1. Cullimore once again in at dummy half, gives it along the line to Davis. Davis to Calcutt, and Calcutt's brought down on tackle number 2 on the halfway line. Dan King in defence. Here goes Cullimore out of dummy half. Bradford defenders there, just turning the backs. Here goes Adam Brook. Brook floats it out there to Jordan Smine, and Jordan Smine is going to be brought down just outside the 20. In at dummy half, Charlie Frost wearing 4, who's just come on the field. So Halifax bringing the options in the closing stages of this one, and Murphy and Sam Smith bringing down the big man on the last tackle, just outside the 20. Smine kicks forward, Luke Punton latches onto the ball and drags it into the breadbasket, and that could be a try-saving play. As we see, 7 minutes remaining. Young Murphy Smith smothered there on tackle number 2. Liam Johnson leaves the field. Jordan Andrade comes back out for the Bulls. His 2 tries could be crucial. Out of dummy half from Rickett. Rickett brought down on the 3rd tackle for the Bulls. Bradford just shy of their own 30. Here goes Wilson. Wilson to Andrade. Andrade will carry Bradford 8 metres shy of the halfway line on the 5th and last tackle. 6.5 minutes remaining here in this one. Lachlan McGill out of dummy half. It goes to Truman. Truman was put under pressure. He got the kick away though, but it's been recovered by Halifax, and they've advanced the ball 10 metres inside the Bradford half, and it was Jordan Syme once again, one of the star players for Halifax this afternoon. In at dummy half, it goes to Cullimore. Cullimore will give it to Curtis Davis. Davis wrapped up, 15 out from the Bradford line. Bradford, they've got 5 more minutes to defend. Halifax looking for the knockout blow. Frost on that right hand edge. He's brought down 2 metres out from the line. 2 tackles remaining. Cullimore in at dummy half. It goes back to Davis. The knock on there. Davis pass lateral along the Bulls line. Knocked on there by Druid Billingham. And the chance has gone begging. 5 minutes remain here at Odsal. Reserve grade footy on Bulls Live and Bulls TV. Bulls a slender lead. They're hanging on. It's 20 points to 16. Great entertainment on a Saturday afternoon in the sunshine and the heat here at Odsal. And the referee will call time off, and he'll allow a water drinks break. So on come the physios with the water bottles, and he'll allow the players to replenish and quench the thirst. And it's been a great game, it must be said. Bit of an arm whistle at times, but great entertainment. It's going to go right down to the wire. And when you look at the big impact from James Davis and Jordan Andrade and Dan King, and the great defence from both Murphy Smith and Sam Smith on that left-hand edge. The average age of those two, just 18 years, and you know they still could both be playing under 19s. So Lee Beattie fairly confident that they'd be happy to make the step up, sample some reserve grade football. And then for Halifax, really impressed with Etchells, Brook of course, Mine, and certainly one of their influential players this afternoon, Chris Cullimore, must almost certainly be knocking on the door of Richard Marshall to get first team inclusion. So from the scrum, tackle 1, 4.5 minutes remaining on our clock. Lightower, second tackle carried and completed by Davis. Bradford on their own 20 as it goes from McGill to Doyle. Doyle playing loose forward in the final minutes. And the kick's going to come in from Jack Wilson. Jack Wilson looking for a 40-20. He's got young Murphy Smith chasing after it, and it's going to hold up on the old Speedway corners. But the fullback there, Cian Morgan, is going to take the ball out of the in-goal area, and he's going to be wrapped up there by the Bradford welcoming committee of Jordan Andrade and Jake Lightower. So that's tackle number 1. Tackle number 2's completed, and Chris Cullimore's wrapped up on his own 10. So 3 minutes remaining here at Odsal. Bradford have got Halifax where they want them, and Lee Beattie will be sending out the message: no penalties, no piggybacks up the field. So Cullimore to Wilcock. Wilcock wrapped up on tackle number 3. Here goes Cullimore. Cullimore to Calcutt. Calcutt offloads the ball to Frost. Frost is going to be brought down over on that right hand edge. On the last tackle on the halfway line, the move back in centre field. Adam Brook looking for the show and go. That is an audacious pass from Adam Brook. It went 5 metres forward. They were going for Brook, Halifax to be fair, and it was picked up there by Sam Smith. 2.5 minutes remaining here at Odsal. Bulls Live, Bulls TV, and Bradford have the ball a couple of metres inside the Halifax half, and the message is calm things down. The clock and scoreboard are in our favour. Davis on a lateral run, wrapped up just shy of the Halifax 40-metre line. It goes to Wilson, Wilson to Andrade. Andrade looks for a gap ahead of him, and he just decides there's too many blue-shirted Halifax defenders, I'm just going to charge at him. And he's charged Bradford forward to the Halifax 30, and this now will be the last tackle for the Bradford Bulls. It's going to go out of dummy half from Doyle to Wilson, and Jack Wilson drills that one into touch. I beg your pardon, Luke Punton drills that one into touch, and that will turn Halifax around, scrum head and feed. And Halifax will form the scrum, will stop the clock with 90 seconds remaining. So this one is going right down to the wire, you feel. Bulls 20, Halifax 16. It is 4 tries to 3. Johnson Rickett, a brace for Andrade, Etchell, Smime and Cullimore for the visitors. Halifax, we must say, they've had 2 tries disallowed, both from Adam Brook kicks behind the Bulls defensive line, and on both occasions the referee said on the advice of the touch judge that Halifax were inside the 10. So what can Halifax do from the scrum? They've literally got to go 90 metres. A minute remaining on the stopwatch here, plus any added on time by the referee. Calcutt, a loud slap as he's brought down there by Doyle and Punton. Cullimore out of dummy half on the 3rd tackle for Halifax. They're up to halfway. It goes to Davis, Davis to Calcutt, Calcutt to Frost, and Frost has lost the ball, and that is Halifax 11th error of this game. And I think if Halifax are going to appoint blame when they look back at the tape, it is almost certainly going to be a lack of composure, a lack of cohesive edge when they've tried to move the ball out wide. But I'll give credit to Halifax, 20 points to 4 after 47 minutes. They've hit the Bulls back with 2 tries, and they're making Bradford work for their 3rd victory of what is potentially going to be an unbeaten start to the reserve season. John Keir, John Bastian, Mark Dunning, Robin Sharp, all watching on from the South Bank stand. A minute remaining on the stopwatch. Bulls 20, Halifax 16. 5 shy of the halfway line. In at dummy half, it's going to go from Lachlan McGill to Lightower. Lightower brought down there by Davis, and Calcutt in a 2-man tackle. Doyle now in at dummy half. Down the middle, Bradford through the heart of this Halifax defence. They know a certain try now will take the game beyond any doubt. Andrade out to Wilson, Wilson to King. King wrapped up on that left hand edge. Time is up, we're now into added on time, and it's the referee who will make that decision as it goes from Doyle to Davis. Davis wrapped up on the last tackle, left of centre field, 10 metres out from the Halifax line. It's going to come back to Punton. Grubbers one behind the Halifax line. Halifax have grounded the ball in goal, and it will be a goal line dropout. So Luke Punton potentially catching the eye as well of John Keir. Let's not forget Joe Keys has a back injury, so Joe Keys might be missing for a couple of weeks. But as we said, Halifax, they have to get this ball back. It's gone 10 metres and they've got the ball back. They're up to their own 20. It's now or never. The referee looks at his watch, says there's still time to go on, and Halifax deep inside their own half after getting the ball back from the goal line dropout have to somehow get upfield. Cullimore in at dummy half finds Adam Brook. Floats it out wide to Frost. Frost tries to go through a gap, finds the support. Here go Halifax, are up to halfway. They're inside the Bulls half, there's no support. But the support comes there from Morgan. Morgan on the inside. Bradford defending on their own 20. And it's going to be a penalty to Halifax for laying on in the tackle. 20 metres out from the Bradford Bulls line. Kian Morgan, the Halifax fullback there, finding the support play. The danger's not over for the Bulls. They're going out on this main stand side. And it's going to be Charlie Frost. Charlie Frost is wrapped up a metre shy. 5 out from the Bradford line. We've had nearly 2 minutes of added on time. Halifax looking for the knockout blow. They're going to put the boot to ball. The chance has gone begging. The kick coming from Kieran Oldroyd. It's gone straight there, down the throat of Jake Lightower, and Jake Lightower will just get to his feet and play the ball. There's still on tackles remaining. Did Halifax. Wrong option taken there. And young Kieran Oldroyd may certainly learn to regret that, because the referee puts whistle to lips. Full time here at Odsal.